Salutare, prieteni! Astăzi vom face o ediție specială a emisiunii Business Cafe. Începem în limba română și vom continua în limba engleză, dar deja v-ați obișnuit cu această procedură, pentru că astăzi vom vorbi despre un eveniment internațional. Este vorba de Nexus 2050, care va fi găzduit în Luxemburg. Invitații mei de astăzi sunt doi oameni foarte implicați în acest eveniment. Este vorba de KAMEL AMROUNE, care practic reprezintă unul dintre actorii principali ai Nexus 2050, și de RânZVAN pentru RADU, cel care conduce Camera de Comerț Bilaterale dintre România și Luxemburg, și în acest moment vom trece în limba engleză pe care o cunoașteți cu toții. Thank you for your presence here in our Via Cluj TV studio.
Thank you to welcome us. Thanks.
Thank you, Claudio. Thank you for having us here.
We are talking about an international event, very important, Nexus 2050. Let's say what is the character, what is the purpose of this event?
Probably I can begin, and after that I let the words to RânZVAN. So Nexus is an international tech event. As you see in all over the world, like the big show and big tech event with exhibition and the conferences. And it will be in Luxembourg, so in the heart of Europe. And this event, we want to bring together the tech decision makers, but the business too. So and in Luxembourg, so it's not a big country like France or with Vivatech or Portugal with Web Summit, but the idea is to do like an international event, but close with the people. So we are waiting for more than 6,000 people and 300 startup, a lot of speakers, a lot of content. The presence of I will do more in details after, but this is the purpose. We have exhibition, we have conferences with high profile and discuss about the trends in technology.
The Grand Duchy of Luxembourg is not a big country, but it's located right in the heart of Europe, and it hosts some very important European institutions. That's why this event is very important for startups who want to expand globally, I believe.
Yes, probably RânZVAN can say more about this.
Precisely why we do it, and why Nexus is organized not only to bring the tech companies to Luxembourg. Actually, it's organized more to bring the tech companies to scale from Luxembourg globally, as you rightfully said, and Europe-wide. I think given the current situation geopolitically, those who might think of going to Silicon Valley might reconsider Europe as being a primary target. And Luxembourg, unlike big countries which I mentioned and who organize those big monster events for communication purposes, Luxembourg is organizing it because it has into the ADN, into the genuine functioning of the country, the innovation. Luxembourg has to reinvent itself for the last at least 100 years, has to reinvent every decade in order to basically survive and to be at the forefront. So innovation is not just a label, it's not just marketing, it is purely the strategy of the country for a couple of decades. And this event is purely naturally fed into the country strategy.
I believe that talking about this event, when we are thinking about innovation, we are also thinking about technological transfer from the academy to the business environment.
Exactly. So, like we have the universities there, we have the Lux Innovation, we have a research center, and not only from Luxembourg. The idea is to mix, yes, the researchers, the public sector, the government, European Commission.
Like a cluster.
Like a cluster. All you know, you have to think that this event, it's not just one part. It's a mix on its a group of a lot of entities. It goes from public sectors and from Europe, from Luxembourg, and yes, from all over the world. Just an example, we will have from a delegation from Korea, a fintech center that will be there because they want to be in Luxembourg, in Europe to expand what they sell. So on what and the partnership with research, etc. So it's really important that yes, we have these universities and we have this research, but not only. It's a mix of a lot of entities, opportunities. We have all the regulators will be there, as mentioned, rather than before. It's in the heart of Europe. If you know that the AIB is there, the Court of Justice is there, and there is a lot of entities, European entities. So it's really important to be in this event.
But one thing which is important, which is not known in Romania, and one of the reasons we're here today is to talk about it, is that R&D, unlike big countries, R&D in Luxembourg is a vector of competitivity. So whatever research will be done, and the university, the SNT, Security and Trust, Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technologies, all those actors which are autonomous entities created and steered towards innovation are steered that way so that it helps companies into becoming more competitive. Fundamental research will be, I hope the Minister of Research will not kill me, but it almost doesn't exist in Luxembourg. It's not an objective, it's not a purpose. You have some things going on.
You're very, very pragmatic.
But exactly. It's super pragmatic. It's all oriented towards making companies more competitive, giving them the means of innovation. And all the programs and subsidies and incentives, because it's more about incentives, economical incentives, which there are many, are oriented towards helping the companies very pragmatically innovate in their own perimeter and become more competitive European-wide or globally. Most companies which are based in Luxembourg will make most of their money outside, not necessarily Luxembourg. It's obvious Luxembourg is a country of 600,000 people. There is quite a very dynamic ecosystem there, but especially big companies will actually operate from Luxembourg operations.
In fields like cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and even quantum technologies.
Yeah.
Yes, but not only. Looking at Luxembourg, Luxembourg is very, very often identified in exterior outside as a financial center. It is the most important financial center in Europe and second in the world after United States in funds industry. There is nothing bigger than Luxembourg. With the Brexit, thanks to Brexit, Luxembourg became the place for private equity. Luxembourg Private Equity Association, it's really big. So if you're, for instance, looking into private equity to move capital, to be acquired, to have investors, it's not better place than to speak in Luxembourg. If you're a certain level, of course, maybe not a small startup, but private equity's footprint is enormous in Luxembourg. Financial sector globally, I think, accounts for 35% of the GDP. What is not really known outside, also because Luxembourg mainly promotes outside the financial sector, is you have real industry. You have advanced materials built. Yeah. You have using there are composites going out of the factory. There are ArcelorMittal is in Luxembourg. You have space. Space is almost 3% of the country's GDP. Is the world leader into satellite communication, video satellite communication. SES is also has a very important network operation center in Romania, in Bucharest. I think over 100 people today. But it's not only SES. There are 70 plus new space company which established in the last 5 years there. So you have 1/3 of the economy which is around financial services and very, very well organized. But you also have industry and high tech, which is well represented.
This event, Nexus 2050, is dedicated only to Romanian startups, or can participate other companies who are, I don't know, investors to scale up?
No, it's not just only for startup. So startup, it's a part of it. It's just a little part.
Okay.
We cannot do an event when you talk about innovation, we talk about private equity, if we don't have startup. But it's just a part of it. So we have big corporates, they will be there. We have scale-up companies, big ESN, big IT companies. The big four all will be there. Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, EY, they will be there. Google will be there too. So it's not just for startup. So every IT and tech companies are welcome. And I can say more, not only tech companies, because if you are a company who work on IP or in legal entity or something like this, like an attorney or something like this, they have to be interesting because we need attorney, we need finance. Just an example, we have banks that sponsor the event. And we have the regulators. The regulators will be there, and they will have a booth to explain what they do, to explain that in Luxembourg we are more than welcome. You are more than welcome, and you can discuss directly with those CEO. You know, I think we cannot have this in other country. No. If you are in fintech, you are there during the 2 days. You can discuss directly with the CEO of the CSSF and the CEO of the Haut Commissariat aux Assurances for insurance. We have the CEO of LPA. It's told that in private equity we are one big association, and the CEO will be there too. So it's different than what you can see in other countries.
The proximity and the size matters, and that's the advantage. Basically, is one of the messages, because it's much easier to get to the relevant people and the relevant resources, and the entire ecosystem works well together. So it's really taking you on the wave and bringing you to the next level, while investing much less resources into reaching those people.
And this event will be organized in mid-June.
Yeah.
Between 17 and 18 June.
The 17th and 18th June, and we have 1 day before this one. Mm-hmm. 1 day before, there is some delegation. Foreign delegation, they can do some visits. So you can visit some entities like Luxembourg House of Fintechs, Lux Innovation, and the Chamber of Commerce. And the 19th of June, we have something special, because you know that talent is really important for Luxembourg, because we want to have some talent in tech field, like AI specialists, data specialists, and developers. So what we create something, it's a bus tour. So we have a bus, and with this bus, we go through few companies, and they explain what they do and in technology, and why they have to come and work in these companies. Like we talk about SES last year, SES will be there. So this year we have Post Luxembourg, we have a insurance company, we have a bank, and the idea is I want to attract some talents. So if you have an university in Romania, for example, and they want to come with some students, they are more than welcome, and they paid the ticket for the attendees if you are students. And the 19th, we are part of this bus tour, and you can visit some companies, and you can find a job in Luxembourg. But you have to be at the end of your courses, so it will be Master 2 or PhD or something like this.
Very nice. And what are the conditions if someone will join this event as a company, not as, I don't know...
So that's why we did. That's why we are together, because Nexus is the most relevant innovation event, bringing all these actors in the country. And we believe for many years now, helping our members and the Romanian companies to scale up and to come to Luxembourg just to discover. For instance, we created some packages, and we have what we call the Romanian Pavilion, or Romlux Pavilion, in Nexus, giving exactly in an accessible way. To companies to join us for the event, and to connect them specifically and directly with all these actors. So it's not only the attendance at the event, There is nothing spectacular in the physical presence, I mean, on the stand. What is important there is really connecting with the people and all these entities in the high relevancy for your business. So we have 3 different packages for depending on the size of the company, on their wish to have a brand awareness, more or less, and we help them into stepping into this event and into the country. And that's why we actually partnered with the event, because in the past, basically it's the need of every company to come, discover, see what they can do, and connect with all these relevant actors. Well, since you have Nexus, all these events and the top level management of all these entities, and the top level management of the entities are in the same place for 2 days. So it's super easy to connect with everybody and then do your own analysis if you want to take further steps or not.
How can someone who want to come to this event can connect with you on Nexus or on Romlux?
What we created, we'll show the event today. Romlux.org is the Romanian Bilateral Accredited Chamber. It's us. And we created a very simple email, which is nexus20502050@romlux.org. And there, it's one unique email to be part of the stand. Now, if you go on the Nexus website, you will see that Romania and Romlux is partner for Romania. And if you contact Nexus, for sure they will also basically.
So if you are a Romanian company, the best way is to discuss with him, because they have some special arrangement, facilities different
and a
than
good experience in that field.
And the facilities are different because they negotiate something, and after that they help the Romanian company to use those facilities to leverage the most of Nexus this year. So they can contact me, and if they contact me, yes, we will directly call and discuss with RânZVAN. And if it's a huge big company like the biggest tech company and they want to come, they could integrate the booth too, but they can have separate booths. But it's and even in these things they have a discount.
We'll extend. Yeah. We had actually last year there was the biggest company from Cluj who was present in the Nexus event at the Romanian pavilion, and who will be actually also testimony tonight of their experience last year in Nexus.
Very nice and very good opportunity for the companies from Cluj and from Transylvania. Thank you very much for your presence here in our TV show, and I hope to stay in touch, because the innovation is also a goal for the Cluj community. Some of our members of our community said that Cluj-Napoca is the Silicon Valley of Transylvania. Maybe it's going to be the Luxembourg of Transylvania after this event. And I hope to connect local companies from Cluj with the companies from Luxembourg, because in this way the economical cooperation can be developed, and this kind of economical cooperation will offer opportunities for companies and well-paid jobs for specialists.
Exactly, and the country is really friendly, and you are more than welcome the 17th of June. You personally, if you want to join us, you are our guest.
Thank you very much. And now we will finish with our salute. Dragi prieteni, vă mulțumesc. Ne vedem pe net.
Transportul poluează enorm, dar avem soluții mai bune. Mașinile electrice, bicicletele și transportul public ne pot ajuta să reducem gazele toxice din aer. Dacă mai mulți oameni ar alege să meargă pe jos, să folosească bicicleta sau autobuzul, orașele ar fi mai liniștite și aerul mai curat. Fiecare alegere pe care o facem în fiecare zi contează. Tu cum alegi să te deplasezi? Alege verde, inspiră viitorul.
Campanie de conștientizare din cadrul proiectului Alege Verde, finanțat prin Administrația Fondului pentru Mediu și implementat de Asociația Galna-Poca-Porolisum, în parteneriat cu Primăria Mărișel, județul Cluj și Asociația Tineri și Performanță Buzău. Alege Verde, inspiră viitorul.